we're actually going to be using trees in order to find a way how to mitigate some of the rain. Of course, it's not going to mitigate rain 100%, but it'll give somewhat of a somewhat of a relief of like what water would potentially cause in certain neighborhoods. And there's a lot of dynamics that are with trees in terms of like I'm looking you know, the trees capture like water in their leaves and their branches, and then their barks, right? So you ever seen like trees sometimes have like rougher bark or smoother bark? So there's a difference. So we speculate in terms of our research that something like this, like a smooth bark, will tend to have like more of a faster runoff, which is not probably ideal for like a municipality. So we speculate that something like this would not be ideal for like you know, for a city or something like this. So I mean, I'm from New York City. We had some really bad flooding this year. I think you saw it online. Wow. So anyhow, so this research basically is consisting of myself, my colleague back there, Luis. We actually, you know, measured some trees out. We plotted them specific to species. It was 6 different species, and we decided to take 10 of each. And glasses of fog, 10 of each, and we afterwards, you know, collared them, and then started measuring how fast the water goes down. We're also checking the quality of this water, and I'll get into that in a second. So this is like what I mean by collaring a tree. So basically, we'll just add some rubber material, like a gasket. We'll seal it and everything. This way, the water has no way but to go down this tubing here to this collector, which is basically just a trash bin. And what we're gonna do afterwards, once there's a storm event, we'll just measure it and then we'll just log it down. And then after maybe 10 to 15 different storm events, we'll generate like an algorithm to be able to figure out how this may be effective or which trees are more effective than others. And sorry, this is like my drawing that I did just to figure out how to make a tree collar more effective on the tree with 2 different, these are called leaders. So as we mentioned before, I'm a master's student here, it's my 2nd year. And basically what I'm gonna be defending, and hopefully May of 2022, is how these trees can be used as a tool for what's called green infrastructure. Green infrastructure to things like these are like sewers, gutters, and stuff like that. So how can these how can green infrastructure and gray infrastructure both work together, you know, coincide and try to help, especially, you know, urban areas such as like, you know, East Lansing or New York or something like that. And the thing is, what kind of trees? And of course, this is something that's global. And there's also, you know, this besides like just water, you know, just trees collecting water. There's a lot of benefits of trees, like you know, trees prevent wind. Like let's say if you have like a specific you ever see like a pine tree, like a Christmas tree, let's say. These are very good against wind. These are very good against snow events, especially if you have it by your home. They filter the air, they capture a lot of particulate matter, and they also help clean soils. In some areas of the world, trees are being used to remove uranium. In areas like Chernobyl, for example, they're using tree species, they're using sunflowers to remove this kind of radiation from the soil. So in addition to that, you know, there's studies in trees that there's even psychological effects with trees where you have a tree, like let's say you have a neighborhood with a lot of trees, it tends to be a bit nicer, people feel better, and there's a good feeling in comparison to neighborhoods that don't have trees. And on top of that, trees also provide like health benefits. There in Japan, there's a thing called this right here, Shinrin-yoku. Shinrin-yoku is it's where like people that are highly stressed. It's a lot of suicides in Japan. I think the highest in the world. And doctors prescribe, hey, go to the forest, experience that Shinrin-yoku, and breathe this air and take this, take this good spirit of the trees, and it works. And so not only does it like remove water and stuff like that, there's a lot of pretty good benefits. So I hope like when you see trees, kind of look at it a little bit different. And in terms of water quality, right? These are just a way to show how water that's coming off these trees we're gonna compare it to like water that's not being collected by a tree. We're gonna find out what kind of pollutants, things like heavy metals, which are like mercury and arsenic and things that are pretty harmful to us. What kind of those elements that trees are collecting. And at the end of the day, we'll find out. And it's just the beginning. It's only been like 6 storm events. We're hoping for like another 9, but it's a little bit late in the year, and we'll see what happens. And yeah, so I decided to put this on a website, but I was afraid it'll be some kind of an issue. So voila. So any questions?